You're listening to a Rev FM production podcast. Welcome to Pastors Live, the show that discusses things of the Bible and current events for people who love to laugh. And now, the hosts who answer questions with more questions. It's Pastors Dave, Ty, Shane, and the other guy.
So that's not a word I can use anymore.
No. So it's really interesting. By the way, it's Pastors Live. It's Tuesday. Sometimes Gary turns the mics on, and then I look at the clock. I'm like, oh, we're 30 seconds in.
Need to start.
It's a good day today. We've got some wonderful readings today. We're going to talk about those in just a minute. We have Church in the Park coming up on August 4th. Bring a blanket, Bible, chair, bring a friend. It's going to be amazing. We have VBS, which starts this coming Sunday night. So get your kiddos registered for that. If you want to partner along with us, we'd love to have you be part of that. Is it okay? The day today, hot enough for you? Day? What?
What is that?
You can't say that, Ty. Can't say that.
You can't say hot? Can't say hot?
I'm
Can't
just
say yeah.
teasing.
Is the temperature hot enough?
That is true.
Is it? Well, my wife's hot enough. I'm just saying.
That's a good statement.
That's a good
right
statement.
there.
Okay.
You can always say that about your wife.
Absolutely. I just can't say that about other people's wives.
No.
I'm just like,
That
no,
would be a
absolutely.
problem.
That would be a problem.
Even though you may not know her phone number.
I know my wife's phone number. We clarified that the other night. I'm not going to share it right now. But
Thank
we
you.
were saying the other day how technology has caused a problem for us, right?
Yeah.
And how, like, when we were growing up, we knew people's phone numbers, or they were written next to the phone.
That was on the wall.
That was on the wall, right?
Book, yeah.
But the issue is like we were talking around, like we realized if right now somebody said you have to call one of your children right now, I think I could squeeze out Caleb's phone number because I got
nothing.
him his phone.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah. Nothing.
I would have nothing.
I would be like, I can call my wife. I could call my dad. Here's the funny thing. I just realized something about that. Those are also my emergency contacts. So
Good thing then.
there might be a correlation. There might be a correlation
'Cause you actually wrote those
between
things
my
down.
Emergency contacts and the phone numbers that I know.
Do you have emergencies often?
Yes, he does.
Oh, what?
No, what?
Yes.
Wow.
If you have to call them that often, there must be emergencies often.
No, I call my wife because I love her. I call my dad because I love him. I mean,
I'm
it's
just
like-
being honored.
But no, like if I had to call my kids right now, I would struggle to come with their phone
I
numbers.
could call two of my three.
You call two of your
thinking
three?
about
that.
Yeah, Lori, are you looking
Could
up
you call your
phone
kids their three?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
They're still twinkles.
I'm seeing, those dumb-looking
The
trucks?
cyber trucks. They
Yellow.
have QR codes
Oh, yeah.
on the back
That's
of
so
them.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, okay. So have you seen? So the Smiths that are part of our fellowship, do you know the Smiths, right?
Yeah,
Lori?
I know them. They're cool.
Yeah. So they have a Cybertruck, but they also do a lot of TikTok stuff, right?
Huh.
He had one the other day. This is so great. And I was talking to him on this a couple Sundays ago. I said, dude, I laughed so hard I couldn't control myself. He had the generator that we use when we do Church in the Park, the big generator. He had one of those behind his Cybertruck plugged into the Cybertruck. He said, I can drive across the country now. I was like,
That breaks my brain.
Charging it while it's going.
oh yeah, he had
That's
it
insane.
charged in. Yeah. Oh, he does some really good stuff, man. I was really impressed. They're doing a great job
They're
with
fun.
that. They're a great family, and so we really appreciate them. But yeah, there's basically a yellow Cybertruck in town. There's also a
Like an army green one.
Yeah,
green-
there's a
green
silver
Cybertruck.
one
I've seen.
There's
There's a
silver
They
one.
were in the
one.
parade for 4th of July parade.
That's weird.
Here's
And
what
now the yellow
yeah.
one.
By the way, I just want to point something out about Cybertrucks. First of all, I think electric
Bulletproof.
cars are really interesting, but I drew that truck when I was in second grade.
I know.
Anybody else draw that
That's
truck?
pretty funny.
I drew
used
that
to
truck.
think they were
I
cool
was like-
looking. Now I'm
I was
like, I
how
don't
do
know.
we like what? I mean, I was the first time I was trying to use a protractor and some other things. That was like the truck I drew, right? So it's like,
I was just like, did we learn anything from Back to the Future? The DeLorean didn't
Right.
sell, dude.
right? Okay. Wait a minute. I'm just going to tell you right now. We need to redo We need to do Back to the Future 4. It needs to be a Cybertruck.
That would be hilarious.
Wouldn't a cyber?
I won't watch it. I'm done.
Listen, I'm going to tell you.
I'm
no, wait,
over it.
wait.
That's it. No.
Listen. I bet you Elon Musk would pay
I'm
would
sure
do
he
it.
for
would.
the movie.
He
He
probably
would
would.
pay for the movie
You
if
should
we
pay
used
for a
the
lot of things.
Cybertruck.
You should pitch that to him. I'm sure he'd
You know
go
what?
for it.
I'm actually tempted to pitch
I know
that
someone
as a
who knows
comedy.
him.
Huh?
I know someone who knows him.
We all know somebody who knows him. No,
'Cause
you
it's
actually
what
know
the-
somebody
But
who knows
she
him?
knows.
You know? Like, know
She's
somebody?
got the end, dude.
I've
the
got
way-
a business card with a cell phone number from someone who works on space projects who knows him.
Yeah, I
Here's
would
the
love
pitch.
to have that conversation. Yes, I
Back to
seriously.
the Future, but they go to Mars. Elon's all
Of
in.
course.
Of
course.
Yeah, in other words, a small problem with the nuclear accelerator or whatever, right? It's like, okay. So, by the way, we do have some wonderful people in the studio that I haven't introduced yet. We've got, Melanie gave me some electrolyte stuff earlier.
And now he is like on
he's
fire.
ready to go.
It's like, first
We
of
hit
all,
the pump you
my
up.
headache. So, here's the weird thing my headache has gone away. And the room seems brighter to me.
Yes.
So
It's a real thing.
Praise the Lord
It's
for
a little
nutrition.
little awkward. So we got Gary Austin, the voice of the Valley. He's here making sure that it's hot enough for us. By the way, just so you know, while you were gone, the air conditioning in this space blew up. So it's like 86 degrees in here.
You
so
lucked out on being
awesome.
gone for a minute.
yeah, good time to
Good
be
time.
gone. But we've also got Redmer here today. Pastor Steve's
Howdy.
here today. Pastor Shane's here. I'm
Hello.
Pastor Ty. And then we have a couple of the lovely ladies here today. We have Lori is here today,
Hello.
my wife, and then also we have Paul's wife, Melanie's here
Yep,
today.
here I am.
They're partners in crime when it comes to the
We are.
women's ministry.
Yes. Yes.
And so you guys got some women's ministry stuff coming up, and
Some ladies,
so
yep.
we want to share that with you. Oh, ladies ministry.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Ladies ministry.
Ladies ministry.
Yep.
And so we'd love to hear from you guys. What do you guys got going on?
Oh, where do we start?
Go for it, Melanie.
Okay, so we have Ladies Night Out coming out. It's our once a month event that we have. We invite all the ladies of Watersprings, and we have food, fellowship. This year we're going to dig some deep stuff into Philippians.
Yes, this is the reveal right
This
now.
is the reveal.
Okay.
Reveal.
Yes, so we are so excited. We're going to go through Philippians, and we have some really exciting little extras that we're planning in. So, Lori, what do you got to say about it?
I am so excited. One of the things I want to say about Ladies Night Out is that sometimes it's hard to walk into something by yourself, and that's not the case here. You're going to walk in, someone's going to greet you right there at the door. You're going to get a name tag, and that will also allow you to know other people's names. And if you don't know people, if it's your first time coming, you can just say to that person, this is my first time, and they would love to even help you find a spot at a table somewhere. Stuff isn't reserved, so you can go sit anywhere that people's stuff isn't on, and makes it really easy to come in the room. And then there's a table leader at each table, and she will help you get to know other ladies who are there. So please come.
Yeah, if you're kind of intimidated by a room full of women, you can just remember that you're sitting at a table with maybe 6 or 7 other ladies, and that's all you need to focus on. It makes it so much more personable and easy to interact with those around you.
So could you also maybe explain to them why there's guys around during Ladies Night Out?
Oh, yeah,
Because
we do have
I'm
a few
intimidated by that
guys.
room full of women, but a lot of times I'm here.
So we do.
A different reason, though.
Yeah. So one of the things is the security team
Yes.
at Watersprings. They're so fabulous,
Oh,
and
yes.
they want to make sure that everybody's safe. And so 1 or 2 of those guys come in. So you'll see a guy walking around the parking lot, and you'll see he'll have a badge on, and you'll know, hey, he's here to watch out for me, make sure no sketchy people come. And then also you'll
Steve
see
can't come
probably.
anymore.
You'll,
not true.
you'll see somebody else in the hallway. And then we also, it's been so great to have some of the guys serving us as part of the worship before the Bible studies. And that has been such a blessing. And their payoff is that they get to have our really yummy food that we have.
Yes.
So they're like,
Very
sign
good.
me up to do worship.
They all
the
want to
food.
participate now.
Yeah,
I
because
won't-
the food is good.
Yeah, I won't be able to participate until I get down to my fighting weight.
But that's
again,
okay.
but
That's
yeah.
okay. You can have more of your salt and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, this is
We have celery.
Okay, so all right, so one of the things about when you're trying to be healthy, you drink a lot of water. But when you drink a lot of water, you have a tendency to flush electrolytes out of your system. And so we've been having this conversation just around the office. And I had a migraine a while ago. It was a really bad one. And I was just like, I was in my office. I felt like I was going to die. Melanie comes in and she just hands me this thing, says, you need to drink this. It really wasn't an option. And I drank it within 10 minutes because I get the rainbow haze and vertigo. And I get the auras and vertigo. And everything cleared up. And I felt like I was like a different person. And so I've been struggling this week. And you brought in some weed, you ordered some, but I had some. I
texted her this morning and said,
stuff.
"Hey,
like,
can you hook Ty up?" She did. She slid it across the table.
Thoroughly impressed with not knowing that I was dehydrated. I mean, I'm drinking, but I'm dehydrated.
Yep. We could see it.
Wow.
Your color's
we're
back.
helping you out.
Your whole countenance has changed in the last 20 minutes.
We're your support team here.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate having a support team.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
we pray for you and give you salt.
Well, and it's going to be it is going to be a long it's going to be a long couple weeks getting stuff done.
Because we have church in the park coming up pretty soon, and that's going to be awesome. And then also getting ready for VBS, because people have been coming in for weeks now, like doing things here and there, and I'll walk into somewhere in the church and VBS is going,
there's decorations,
preparedness is going on,
all kinds of good stuff.
So it's going to be fabulous. It's a great place to bring your kids. They're going to be safe. They're going to be learning good things. They're going to have lots of adults in the space making sure that good things are happening for them, and background check on all of those people too, so it's going to be safe for your kids. And so you're welcome to come and bring them and stay, or you're welcome to drop them off and go have coffee.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to let you guys know, when we're talking about things coming up, Christmas Eve service is December 24th. And so
it's am I going to play harp? Because I keep having people asking me, and I say, "Well, go talk."
Can I put a
Steve.
request in for harp playing for
the
Christmas
harp for
Eve?
Christmas Eve? I will make sure I mention that.
Here's my
to
official
Steve and Brittany.
request.
Okay, a little harp on Christmas Eve. Okay.
We're also talking about, and this is in the talking stage. We're talking about doing a special women's event in December, and we were throwing out around the idea of having the harp be part of that too. So, who knows? So those of you who have been asking me about it, we are talking about it. Just pray that God tells us to do the thing, and we will do it.
So you're still wearing your glasses. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
I was like,
she's allowed to make decisions with glasses
she's super
week.
articulate this week.
I was like, got a lot of practice. So it's bad when you have pink eye and you've been taking medication for 4 days and it's still bothering you enough that you wake up in the middle of the night and take more drops because it hurts. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah, may have to call my awesome eye doctor today.
Okay,
he's in Shelley.
Okay.
He's great.
Well, that explains a little bit there, But guys, let's go ahead and get back into it. Hey, if you've got comments or questions, give us a caller at pastorslive@therev.fm.
I have a question. Are we celebrating Peanut Butter and Chocolate Day?
Because we should go get some Reese's peanut butter.
We need to
exactly
today.
But I want to clarify: this is Peanut Butter and Chocolate Chip Day. This isn't.
There's no chip.
This isn't a Hershey's bar.
It doesn't say chip on there. Gary.
It's just chocolate. We could get a bar of chocolate in it
I thought there was subtext in that.
No, there's no subtext.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
the salt talking.
Who is?
So a peanut butter cookie with chocolate chips. That's what you're wanting.
Well, no. What I want? No. If I'm gonna be real. I would want Skippy chunky peanut butter.
Yeah.
And I would want Hershey's milk chocolate, and I would take the little pieces off and I would dip them in there. That's what I would do.
What are you, like 7?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a man. I'm a guy. I'm
with you.
7 until I die.
There are divine peanut butters and chocolates that are like 100 times better.
Yes. We can hook you up.
Oh,
we're your support team. We're going to have to share with you.
Okay,
The only
are
thing
you allowed
different
to have
in
chocolate
mine,
and peanut butter?
No, I
Darn
can't.
it.
I can't eat chocolate and peanut. I can only dream.
Ty,
That's why I'm 7.
Oh, that's
And
why
I'll
you're
sit-
7.
That's why I'm 7. Yes.
I'll sit next to you, Ty, but mine will be Adam's peanut butter
Yes.
crunchy,
Yes.
Hershey's dark chocolate.
Yeah, I can go for that.
Dove or Cadbury's chocolate.
I don't
is
like
better.
the bitterness unless it's out of Russia. Honestly, the only dark chocolate I've ever liked is Russian dark chocolate.
Have
So
you
we'll sit on the
gotten
couch and
real
just dip in
Russian
the jar.
dark chocolate?
Yeah, from Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real.
You should see my face. It's not pretty.
No, that's
radio.
I have a bad memory of
that
Russian
face
chocolate.
is super
I do
disturbing.
too. I
It had bugs in it.
I when I was in Moscow, I got dark chocolate.
I'm not kidding.
Thank
It
you
was
for
so
that.
bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It was
I don't
the
know.
only dark
I don't know.
chocolate I've ever
Okay,
had. That
But praise
Question.
the Lord, you found one kind. There you go.
Question.
Yes.
Okay. How does chocolate and peanut butter mesh with s'mores? Talk to me about how. What have you done?
it does
with that?
that. But it
Instead
does-
of,
but-
instead of the Hershey's chocolate,
Yes.
you stick a peanut
Yes.
butter cup
Yep.
and,
Yes.
and you
Yep.
kind of warm it up a little
Yes.
bit and you smash
Melanie,
it.
we're
and it's
coming
like,
to your fire pit.
Yep.
You bring some. I still have marshmallows, chocolate, and graham cracker. And Ty, we're not letting you in. No, because you can't have chocolate.
It's a new women's event.
can't have
We're gonna
chocolate.
plan
Okay,
this.
let's do it.
It's a new women's ministry event. It's the s'more event.
We're talking about putting a fire
Instead-
pit
it's
at our
like
house.
the guys have a.
We're
we
jealous.
want more. Like we want more.
Yeah,
Like
there you
we're
go.
praying for more. And the ladies
S'more.
are praying for s'more.
Well, the
That's right.
rooted young adults, we've had s'more nights, and those are fun.
That would
You
be
can do
so
it
fun.
with Kit Kat too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
How about
I-
Twix?
You want to know why there's no Twix in there?
Could you eat them?
Yeah.
I love.
Do you,
Twix. Are they
do you
in
like
the other
the
ones?
right or the left?
Always the left.
Oh, I'm a right guy.
Always the left
I'm a
Twix.
right Twix. So,
Okay, so what's the difference, though? I
Oh,
can't
it's a
remember.
huge
Oh, a
difference.
huge difference.
Like, which one has-
It's like night and day, left and right.
So
yeah.
mine is because I'm left-handed and it's a moral obligation.
Right, and I'm a right guy, so I like right hand Twix. Yeah,
I'm
so.
an equal opportunity Twix eater.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. I would take the
I
other
believe
side
in
of it.
equality. I eat both sides. Yeah. So, but guy, hey, listen, Pastor.
Wow.
So, listeners, hey, Pastors Live at the
has been
Rev.fm.
fun.
Which are you a left Twix or a right Twix person? We want to hear from you.
I
Left
eat
Twix
the
or
whole
right
Twix.
You know,
We
I'm
wanna
kind of
hear-
like Gideon. I just put it out there, and whichever the one the Lord takes.
I open the package.
That's the one.
And I take them both and I stick them in my
Oh,
mouth.
there's lots of wrong things with that statement, but we'll go on.
I was trying to segue to Gideon. But
I know. Yeah,
Gideon.
keep going. Let's
I
get back
love
to Gideon.
Gideon.
Let's get to
Gideon is like one of like the
supposed to be
heroes.
Gideon
Okay, one of
Bold.
my favorite parts about Gideon is that he's hiding, and God calls him a mighty man of valor.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things we have to remember is that God sees our potentiality, not our fear, not our moment that we're in. He sees the end from the beginning. He knows
yeah.
what we are capable of, even when we don't see it. And God calls us, just like he called Gideon, God calls us to obedience. And when he calls us to obedience, he calls us to great victory.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, up at camp a couple weeks ago, I had a great question from a student. We were talking about Jesus in the wilderness being tempted, right? And he says, Satan, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test, right?
going to say shall not pass, but okay.
You shall not do that either.
Okay.
But so after the lesson, the student comes up and he says, "Hey, you know how Jesus was quoting Deuteronomy and saying, 'You shall not test the Lord your God.' Well, what about Gideon?" And we entered into that conversation, which is a great question, and brought up, you know, the Lord searches the motives of the heart. He seeks and weighs the motives of the heart. And when you're testing the Lord, the verse in Deuteronomy that Jesus uses is it's not putting God to the test as saying like, and I explained it to the student like, hey God, if you're real, move that pencil, right? That's your heart's in a wicked place. You're not seeking the Lord. You're trying to discredit God and not glorify him and honor him.
Right.
The difference between the two with Gideon is Gideon saying, all right, Lord, you want me to do something? I need to know that it's really you, right? And so I talked to this student about it's okay to ask the Lord, not in a testing and tempting way where you're provoking God, but like, hey, God, if this is really, like if you want to be a missionary, right? Hey, I think I might want to be a missionary, but I'm not sure because I'm 15.
Right.
Right? Ask the Lord to open doors and to confirm that. That's not testing the Lord. That's having a relationship
Yes.
with the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
really important.
And that's what Gideon did.
And I love this. I love Judges 5 and 6 because in going back to the song of Deborah, she's going back and saying, here is what God has done. Here's what God has done. Here's what God has done. And I think so often we struggle with our minds and what we set our minds on, and we let that movie roll of, oh, that stupid thing, or oh, that thing that was bad, or oh, that thing was hard, and we let ourselves get in that trap. But Deborah was saying, no, we're going to talk about the good things God has done. And what's interesting in this chapter is Gideon goes back and he says, yeah, God, you did that, but what are you doing now?
Yeah.
This is so hard. We're in a season that is so difficult. And God is saying, but I'm going to deliver you. And I think that gives us hope that even though sometimes we feel like God is far off, maybe in our day or in our week or in our season, he is not. And he has a good plan and he wants to meet us. And we need to look for his hand to move and we need to hope in him.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. And with that, we've actually run out of time. So we're out of time for today. Way to bring it down, sweetie. Boom, there you go. Hey, listen, you're loved, your family. God bless you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've reached the end of another episode of Pastors Live, a Rev FM production podcast. Thank you for listening. Submit your questions and comments by email to pastorslive@therev.fm. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review from your favorite podcast listening platform. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon so you don't miss the next episode drop.